Do you feel that the parents of this current generation were somehow losing their faith?
I think that the parents of my generation, let's say my generation, came up through the Depression and World War II, and we determined that we never wanted our children to suffer the things that we went through. And we somehow got the idea that man could live by bread alone. We somehow got the idea that material values were the important things. That if we had a high standard of living, that'd make everybody happy and solve all our problems. Well, as we got our higher standard of living, our problems seemed to intensify and to increase. And we're learning now that our problems are deeper than materialism. Our problems are problems of the heart. Jesus said that man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things that he possesses. And you can give a person a Cadillac automobile and a swimming pool and an air-conditioned home, but that doesn't solve all his problems, because his problems are basically spiritual. And this is what my generation has not yet understood. I think that a lot of young people are becoming educated to the fact that if they get hooked on drugs, that they're sunk, that drugs are not the answer. 5 years ago, a lot of young people had the idea that we had created some drugs that could change their personalities and give them the peace and the joy and the happiness and the trip that they were searching for, and they found that it led to a dead-end alley and it destroyed them. I think that the same is true in many directions of their lives, and many of them are beginning to turn to Christ. Now, about 5 years ago, the Beatles, for example, and many of the leaders of young people in the field of music were beginning to turn to Eastern religions. They were beginning to realize that materialism and drugs and sex and all of that didn't meet the deeper needs of their lives. So now many of these people are beginning to turn to Christ. Do you remember it was about 3 or 4 years ago that one of the Beatles said, "We're more popular than Jesus Christ"? And now the Beatles are all broken up and the Jesus movement is sweeping.